The hallmarks of a good partnership and friendship are trust, openness, respect, and a willingness to support each other through both good and challenging times. 2020 is a tough year. The world and our region have been seriously impacted by the COVID-19 pandemic. The pandemic continues to test nations, posing both important challenges and opportunities to work together to advance our shared interests. To respond to this pandemic effectively, our countries need to support each other and to support economic growth and recovery. Australia's efforts have been focused on supporting a peaceful, inclusive, sovereign and resilient Indo-Pacific region. ASEAN is at the heart of this vision. At the ASEAN-Australia Summit, the East Asia Summit and the RCEP Summit this past weekend, Australia's Prime Minister Scott Morrison made our commitment to recovery, resilience and security very clear. Australia is investing in partnerships in Southeast Asia, and the region's priorities are our priorities. We have a shared stake in each other's recovery. The first step to addressing the impacts of COVID-19 is to bolster our regional health response. Australia has already played a crucial role in rolling out medical equipment and direct support in Southeast Asia in response to COVID-19. Looking ahead, we want all countries to have access to safe, effective and affordable COVID-19 vaccines. Any country that discovers a COVID-19 vaccine must share it. Indeed, should Australia find one, we will share it. That's why the Australian Government has announced a landmark investment of new funding to support vaccine access and health security in Southeast Asia. As part of a $500 million package to support access to safe and effective COVID-19 vaccines in Southeast Asia and the Pacific, Australia will also contribute $21 million to the new ASEAN Centre for Public Health Emergencies and Emerging Diseases, which will help combat COVID-19 and prepare the region for future pandemics. Recognising the importance of a broader approach to health security, we will provide $24 million to combat infectious diseases in the Indo-Pacific through the Global Fund to fight AIDS, tuberculosis and malaria. Unfortunately, we've also seen a number of actors exploit COVID-19 for harmful purposes. They have used the pandemic as an opportunity to pursue financial or political or strategic gain at the expense of others, including by targeting vaccine research and spreading disinformation. Disinformation undermines countries' efforts to contain the virus and to save lives. COVID-19 related misinformation and disinformation can undermine public health responses and threaten social cohesion. Disinformation literally can kill. That is why Australia is working with partners across our region to counter it. The best antidote to disinformation is producing and promoting accurate, transparent and timely information from credible sources. COVID-19 information, like all vital health information, should be grounded in credible scientific and medical advice that is based on verified and attributed evidence. We need to provide this information to the public quickly via social media and online. Demonstrating a strong global response to disinformation will uphold our common values and the rules-based international order. Australia is also focused on supporting economic recovery after COVID-19. Our trade and investment relationship is already very strong. Last year saw more than $122 billion in two-way trade and over $250 billion in two-way investment stocks with ASEAN nations. But we can, and we should, find more opportunities to expand our economic engagement, facilitate more trade and investment, and empower our businesses to grow, prosper, and create new jobs. The historic signing of the Regional Comprehensive Economic Partnership, the RCEP agreement, will do just that. Our businesses will benefit from the RCEP agreement, which will open up new markets and new economic opportunities. Our people will also benefit from the creation of new jobs that growing businesses and stronger economies provide. To ensure RCEP is a success, Australia is providing $46 million as part of a regional trade for development initiative to help ASEAN countries to implement this and other trade commitments. In order to grow our economies, we also need to develop quality infrastructure. Australia will work with our partners in the region to share advice and support the development of infrastructure across ASEAN. Infrastructure is the backbone of our countries. It needs to be high quality. It needs to be sustainable. It needs to meet the needs of the communities it serves. Australia's approach to infrastructure investment is a partnership with Southeast Asian countries. Our funding will support infrastructure policy and regulatory reforms to deliver economic and social benefits for all. We will also make sure that ASEAN partners have access to the advice they need to make the best decisions about infrastructure planning, procurement, policy and projects. Australia has demonstrated expertise in developing infrastructure that we're keen to share, including on the transition to renewable energy technologies and climate-resilient infrastructure. Together, we can build smart, sustainable, resilient cities across the region. To support our Mekong partners to recover from COVID-19 and to narrow the development gap, Prime Minister Morrison announced last weekend a new $232 million Mekong Australia program. This program is an investment in one of Southeast Asia's most important assets, its human capital. Australia's funding will provide new scholarships for future leaders. It will boost economic capability by providing technical assistance. It will build environmental resilience and strengthen cyber and critical technology capabilities. The program will support jobs and growth, with an initial focus on implementing the Vietnam-Australia Enhanced Economic Engagement Strategy. We are also expanding our diplomatic presence in Myanmar, with a new liaison office to be opened in Naypyidaw in 2021. This will also lay the foundation for closer engagement and cooperation between our countries. The health, the prosperity of our countries rely on our region's security and stability. Australia strongly supports ASEAN's outlook on the Indo-Pacific. Our support is grounded in a firm belief that a peaceful, inclusive, sovereign and resilient region is in all of our interests. To bolster our region's security needs, Prime Minister Morrison announced a further $104 million to support closer defence ties and greater security capability. Australia is increasing our defence advisor and attaché footprint across the region to bolster our dialogue and cooperation on security. Another important outcome from the ASEAN-Australia Summit was agreement to increase the tempo of our engagement, and from 2021, ASEAN and Australian leaders will meet annually. This marks a new chapter in Australia's strategic partnership with ASEAN and reaffirms the strength of our relationship. The comprehensive initiatives announced by Australia recently are an investment in resilience, recovery and security in our region. They are also an investment in the future of our partnership with Southeast Asia. Australia and ASEAN are connected by common purpose: to ensure our people are healthy and educated, to empower our people to earn a living, grow businesses and support their families, to provide safety and security for all our communities, and to recover and rebuild from COVID-19 together. Australia remains resolutely focused on realising these outcomes together. Thank you.